Okay guys, so part 2 of today's video. Today, this is something I've been thinking about quite a lot in the past few years. And it is the most, in my opinion, the most disappointing Premier League season. And that is the 2016-17 Premier League season. Now, it's nothing to do with the fact Chelsea won the Premier League. Let's get that straight. I don't really have a problem with Chelsea. However, before that season, it was expected to be the most brilliant season ever. The most competitive season ever. The first season of Mourinho versus Pep. You know, it was Pep's first season. Somehow, he didn't win a thing that season. And I really don't know how. Manchester United, we won a treble, but it wasn't a great treble. It was the EFL Cup, the Europa League, and the Community Shield. Now, I'm grateful we won trophies. That was the last season we won trophies. That's ages ago. Nearly 5 years ago. And for me, you know, looking at it, it was supposed to be the most exciting Premier League season. I think everything about that season was supposed to be amazing, but it just was very, very disappointing. And if there was one season I could recreate, like some of the teams that are in there, didn't really rate it. Don't mean to be disrespectful, you know, I would have my own version. I like the teams that were in the playoffs of the Championship that year: Reading, Fulham, Wednesday and Huddersfield, Newcastle and Brighton. I think they're very good. You know, and the fact that Newcastle were in the Championship, I just thought, it just don't feel right. You know, it just looks weird. And, you know, it is something I'd probably want to do. I think there were some great moments in that season, trust me, but, like, it was very underwhelming. Chelsea were very comfortable winners. The way they won it was fantastic, you know. It was Chelsea and Liverpool were the best teams in the league that season for a while. Then it ended up being Chelsea and Spurs, but Spurs did fall off quite easily towards the end, losing to West Ham, and then they practically lost the title. And I thought it could have been so much better. It could have been, you know. FIFA 17 was hyped up with the introduction of you know, the Alex Hunter journey, the obviously Leicester winning the league before. Nobody expected Leicester to sink the way they did. You know, I think, you know, if it was Liverpool and they didn't fumble in January and February, it could have been the most incredible title race, because those two were on another level. City and United were very, very below par that season. United drew loads of games. City dropped points in games that they shouldn't have dropped. City didn't have a great squad. I mean, they did, but I think it was an ageing squad. They had players like Bakary Sagna, Kolarov, Otamendi. I don't think he was particularly the greatest player for them. And, you know, that would be a season I could recreate. I'd love to recreate. I think, you know, when at the start of the season, everyone said City are going to win the league. It's going to be between City and United. It's going to be so competitive. It's going to be amazing. There could be like 6 or 7 teams that could win the title. You know, Arsenal were quite good for a period of time. Liverpool were. City were. City won the first, 7 games? And I just think, you know, it could have been so much better. And I just look back and go, this season could be like the 16-17 season. It's like a recreated version. You know, look, I remember that season when City and Liverpool were competing so well. City and Liverpool took the title to the last day a few seasons back. And, you know, I wouldn't have minded if that was the title race and we won the Europa League and all those other trophies. Chelsea, I don't mind them. I don't mind Chelsea. I haven't got a problem with Chelsea. I really don't. I actually have respect and admiration for Chelsea because, you know, I think they run the club very, very well. I do. However, I do certainly think, you know, it could have been so much better. I think if it was like a Chelsea-Liverpool title race, United, despite the players we had, we were nowhere near good enough. We drew too many games. I think if we won those games, maybe it could have been a different story. It could have been a 4-horse title race. And if Liverpool didn't slip up in that January period, February, it could have been so much different. Manchester City, Manchester United, I think those two are the top two, and I thought that should have been the greatest season ever. It was a season where they had a new £1 billion takeover, no, not takeover, but they had TV money, TV rights, new deal with so much more money coming in, like $250 million, I think, and it's just a season that could have been so much better, and I'd love to, like, I don't know, recreate it in my own way. That would be so fun. You know, and I think people would enjoy it, and I think it was just so underwhelming and disappointing. Harry Kane won the Golden Boot. He was amazing that year. That was his golden generation year. I think the year 2017 could have been a whole lot better as well, just in general. I think it was a year people are excited about, but it was just very, very disappointing. And I think, you know, that would be a time where I could go back, maybe, I don't know, and recreate things from a football point of view, you know, because it just doesn't feel exciting. It should have been a lot different. It should have been a lot better, but it wasn't. You know, the teams at the relegation fight, maybe Hull City did, but Borough and Sunderland that year were dreadful. And I think the fact Newcastle weren't in the Premier League that year, I just think it made the league shit. I do. I think it just made the league shit. I think Villa not being in the Premier League made the league shit. I just think, you know, there were some really dull teams in there. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to those teams. I just think they were very dull. That's my take on it, you know. But yeah, it's a season where you think there could be a lot of regret from that kind of point of view. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What do you think of the 2016-17 Premier League season? Do you think that was the most underwhelming, disappointing season, which should have been the most exciting season ever? Or do you think there was another season which you think that could have been a lot better? Please, guys, let me know in the comments below what you think. Please remember to like, subscribe and comment below. This has been Brad the Lad. See you all in a bit.